What's good, YouTube? This is Rob, back with another video. I'm here with the iPhone 8 Plus, my first 48 hours, and I want to give it to you from an Android perspective. Now, let's start off with as far as the phone. I'm concerned with the build of the phone. The phone has a very familiar build, very similar to the the iPhone 7 Plus. Both phones, the same size, the 7 Plus seemed to be a little bit heavier, same look, same design, very familiar. It just has a glass body, front and back, so it's a very familiar feel, but with different materials. So from a design standpoint, you're not really gaining anything if you have a previous 7 Plus. Pretty much the same phone, different materials. Wireless charging has been added. Got better speakers, which is a little bit louder than the 7 Plus, just a tad bit. It's a little bit noticeable. The screen, it might be giving you an effect that maybe because it's a new phone, it might appear to be a little brighter than a 7 Plus, but basically to me, after a couple of days, it's pretty much similar. It's the same panel, nothing really groundbreaking with that. Overall, call quality is good. I'm on T-Mobile, so the T-Mobile tends to, in my area, satisfy my needs for when I'm talking on the phone, so that's pretty good. This phone, from an internal standpoint, is where you see the changes at. The A11 Bionic chip, Geekbench scores are off the charts. From a battery life has been pretty good for me. I've been getting anywhere between 5.5, almost 6 hours. I'm not a heavy user, so I get through the day without any problems. I don't use the adapted USB to, not USB, Lightning port to headphone jack. I go Bluetooth. So I tend to be able to get through the course of a day with this without giving me any problems. The camera on this phone is really nice. The camera has stepped up. The camera gain on this phone is top notch, and it's looking like it might be one of the better cameras out. From a standpoint, is it better than the Note 8? To a certain extent, yeah. It depends on how you like your pictures. I'm not a heavy duty photographer, so I really can't say one or the other. But if you've been using iPhones for a long time, then you're going to be satisfied with what the camera does. But if you're the kind of person that flip-flops from iOS to Android back and forth, you go back and forth, then you can see maybe slight differences in how the pictures turn out. Later on in the week, I'm going to do some camera testing with the iPhone 8 Plus, and then I'm going to try to do some comparison with the Note 8 and run them side by side and let you see how the cameras are working out. The one cool thing about this, it does shoot 4K at 60 frames per second. So that's another advantage that it has over the Note 8, which shoots 4K at 30 frames per second. Other than that, if wireless charging, the camera and the internal specs are something you deem as a major upgrade, then if you're a 7 Plus user, by all means, it's your money, make the upgrade. But from a personal standpoint, if you were asking me, I'll tell you to pass. 6 Plus, and 5 owners, this is a major upgrade for you, unless you want to spend the extra money and wait for the 10. Maybe by then, if you're even then, if you're not sure about the 8 Plus, maybe you want to wait until the 10, because if the 10 sell out, everybody's going to fall back on the 8 and 8 Plus. So maybe it might be a little easier for you in a few weeks to make a decision on whether or not to purchase this phone. Again, like I said, it's a very solid phone. It works for me. I like it. I like iOS. It's not a bad thing, but like I said, very familiar feel, very familiar look. Sooner or later, Apple's going to have to make a design change with this type of build phone. Going more small bezel tends to be the trend, and I think next year's iPhone 8s or 9, whatever they plan on calling their phone, is going to have the screen and the bezels on this phone, screen bigger and the bezel smaller. If they come with this design again, I think it's going to be somewhat of disappointing news for Apple customers, that they haven't really tried to push the design envelope on their slightly cheaper phones. Overall, guys, that's my first 48 hours with the iPhone 8 Plus. I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up on this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.